And Sarah says, the group of us that enjoy tuning into your programme. What an Well, you're starved of good I've heard some of your radio. Hello, is that the hospital? Oh, God, I mean, it's so dull, isn't it, really? We love your perspective on humanity. Some of us get a little lost. English references going over our heads. Well, you do speak the language, well, sort of roughly, I suppose, don't you? Not exactly the best. Maybe we're probably all descended from convicts. That's where we sent you. You're going to Australia. Whee! Off you go. Send them all out there, and then you have children and all the rest. Anyway, happily, we've got 3 Poms sitting beside us so they can interpret for us. I can always do the programme slower if it's any help. Hello, Sarah. Hello? You know, we do that for Australians. We don't have to sort of do it very fast. It says, we Aussies are laughing at how you lot over there are melting away at 28, 29 and 30 degrees. To give you some perspective, it's the middle of winter over here. What, in July? Do you have winter in July, do you? Oh, dear, how sad. And we're getting a lovely day in Sydney of 23 degrees. The English are loving it. And she sent me an article from the Sydney Morning Herald. Gosh, they've even got papers and everything over there. They'll be having electricity and food, won't they, next in Australia? Suppose them all sitting there in chains, you know, wondering if they can ever get back to good old Blighty. Can we go home? No, you're going to stay in Australia for the rest of your life. It's your own fault. You shouldn't have been a felon in an early life. She says, hope you don't melt away into oblivion. And she says, could you be gentle with us in the second test at Lord's? We're going to annihilate you. You know that you're going to be annihilated. But we so love the Australians over here. The Australian women, you can always spot. They're always so much fatter than the blokes, aren't they? I love them. And by God, those Sheilas can sink a few pints. We've got them over here. We're constantly picking up Australians from the gutter. Constantly. And the producer just said her boyfriend's Australian. Well, that tells me 2 things in life. And so he obviously got a drink problem. And he's obviously got lots of friends called Sheila. Because everybody's got Sheila. It's all a bit Neanderthal. I remember a friend of mine went to the something called the Outback, which I thought was a restaurant chain, but apparently it turns out to be where sort of people go to find themselves with Aborigines or something, or the indigenous people over there, and they sort of go walkabout, and so they do, and then they get lost. Well, don't go there in the first place. I always say to them, you know, don't do these sort of things. But it's I've never expressed any desire to go to Australia. I really haven't. I do watch Neighbours, and I do laugh. We all got to be excited because over there it appears everybody's got swimming pools. And also, we didn't realise, but apparently what we call a duvet, remember duvets in this country, ladies and gentlemen? Over there they call them doonus. They're so sweet, aren't they, Australians? Oh, shall we pull the doonus over the beds? I don't think so. Do you mean duvet? No, it's a doonus. No, it's not. It's a duvet.